Hello and welcome to the Audio Jungle Podcast, the show where the guests are my friends and my friends are the viewers. Today my guest is one of my oldest friends. I've known this person for over a decade now. He's one of the most infamous people within the Wumbio community. It's none other than Ryder Terrell.
Yeah.
Hello, Ryder.
Hello.
How are you doing this fine day?
I'm chilling. Hung out for a little bit, drank a little bit. I'm sitting here eating some Cheez-Its.
Sick.
It's a good day.
I saw you put in Boof an announcement, Goldfish or Cheez-Its. I'm guessing you're a Cheez-It over Goldfish guy then?
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. What do
Really?
you think?
I would have to disagree. Cheez-Its are great, but they do get like samey, too much, and it's like this gooey taste in your mouth, and I don't like that.
I have the exact same feeling with Goldfish. Goldfish are just too bland. There's not enough like salt and
If you get that
intensity.
I think if you get that big box, like the big Costco ones, those are like caked with salt because it's just like shaking around in there. I don't know.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Those ones are pretty salty, and those ones they do cake to your mouth, but like in a different way. Like it's kind of like it's a little afterwards snack, cleaning your teeth with your tongue after Goldfish.
No, I feel like okay, flavor blasted, I can understand, but like a normal Goldfish, don't even hold a candle. I all day, every day.
Flavor Blast used to be my favorite. I was right there with you, but I don't know. Lately, I've just been going for the default. I think the ultimate like mix though is like you can buy those bags where it's like all three. It's like the pretzel, the extra cheddar or whatever, and then the original.
That's unholy.
They're great. It's awesome.
That's an unreasonable level of Goldfish.
It's awesome. Wait. That's the best combo. What?
Wait, never mind. Sorry.
All right.
I was about to ask what it's called, and I'm just about to look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably something epic, cheesy mix, Goldfish cracker. I don't know. Something like that.
Yes.
But I start all these out with a question of how we met. So, and I feel like, like I said in the intro, I've known you for I think like 12 years now, which is nuts. But how did we meet? Because I don't really remember.
I remember distinctly.
All right.
In the elementary school urinals.
Okay.
I walked up to my left. The entire time I thought you were a girl. The whole time I thought you were a girl with the long red hair. I look over, I see a penis at the urinal.
You did not. Okay, that's your fault. That's your fault. You saw my penis.
Well, yeah, 100%. But I was also in fucking like first grade.
That's
so
true.
You can't really blame me.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say the other thing I used to do at a urinal. Do you remember?
I don't.
Where I just pull my pants all the way down and my bare ass would just be sticking out. Yeah, that was fun. I'm glad
I still do that.
No, I was about to say, imagine if I did that now. I'd be like arrested. That'd be nuts.
For the Wumbio viewers, this man used to step into a urinal in elementary school, pants to your fucking ankles, all the way the fuck down.
Yeah, my bad. But yeah, we've grown out of that.
Do you remember when Tommy told on me for long range pissing in the urinal?
I don't. What? That's not even that bad. That's like the least bad thing you could do in a bathroom.
I was like trying to like angle my dick up so I got like the piss stream at like an arc into the urinal, and then Tommy saw that and then ran over to the PE teacher and told him that I was pissing all over the floor, which I was not. There was no piss on the floor. I did not get in trouble at all. I had evidence. In the form of the floor.
Just look. It's not sticky, I swear. It's not caked with urine. Yeah. But, okay, so, yeah, that was your first introduction with me, I guess. I remember, like, the first time we actually hung out was just, like, in PE or something, doing, like, the pacer test for the 5 billionth time. We were, like, talking during that or something.
I feel like the first real time we met was chasing around the girls in fucking kindergarten.
That could be that, too. Yeah.
I think because we were in the same like kindergarten.
That sounds right? Like, evil. We got chased. we were not the chasers. Yeah. There was this group of like 3 girls, and then we were 3 guys, and they just like annoy us essentially.
Rose, dude, she came by my house like 2 months ago.
Was that the big one?
No, that was like the small one, but still older than us.
I just remember there was like it was like Alvin, Simon, Theodore. Like there was like a short, medium, and tall, and like I don't remember which one's
Yeah.
which, but
No,
yeah.
there were only two, right?
No, there were three.
No, there was only two.
Really?
There was only two. I swear to
Okay.
God.
I don't know.
I could be
Maybe
wrong. I
one
could
was
be wrong.
really uneventful in our
Yeah,
experience, but yeah,
maybe. I probably just like forgot one of them because they were less frequent.
yeah. I guess this is a good. We've already started talking about one of my topics. I wanted to talk about elementary school and our experience with school in general because you've had an arc with school. I've had an arc with school.
Oh yeah.
You I don't want to say dropped out. You elected out of
I
of
tested out.
you tested out of junior year, right?
No, I tested out in junior year, but it took like the fucking like the process for getting me actually out, like the paperwork had to go through, so I got out probably halfway through senior.
Oh, really? Okay, so you
Yeah.
basically were there for the whole thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, what's your biggest gripe with school? Because I probably share the same one. I am not a fan of the American school and the way things are done.
Do you mind me asking for yours first?
I don't have like a specific. I just think like there's so much just wasted time. That's like my biggest thing is there's just so much
Yeah.
like dead weight. Like I remember seeing something where it was like they were like, how do you learn the same shit for like 14 years and you're not a professional at any of it? Like that just shows how horrible they teach you these things because
Yeah,
it's
like I
like
feel like in like sorry I cut you off. What were
no,
you
no, I
saying?
was done. You're good.
I feel like in the US or maybe not even just in fucking the schools that we've gone to, I feel like the teachers know like less about the subject than the students in some dumbass way. Like they're just like they don't know what the hell they're trying to teach you. Like, if you
Yeah.
ever ask a question, they'll give the most roundabout, like non-connected answer possible, just so that way they can avoid actually like teaching you.
Yeah, and
I
especially
feel like
because I was
nobody
in.
cares.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. And especially I was in a bunch of like support classes, and all those teachers I feel like were primarily like they weren't like teachers; they were more just like kid wranglers. Like they were more just like
Yeah.
they were more just like babysitters and like therapists in some way, or like yeah, than like people who actually had a profession in like English or math or something. But
Yes.
yeah. And
No,
like I
it's
wouldn't
like
learn shit in those classes either because like I don't they thought you were dumber than like you were, so they just be like put the red block on the blue block and like it was like literal like baby nonsense in like 10th grade. So yeah, it was just like wild. But cuz were you ever in any support classes or anything?
I wasn't. I like somehow by the grace of God, with the level of autism I have, I was never put. Like I'm probably more autistic than you, but for some reason I was always in the smart kid classes.
Yeah, I'm so glad I was in the support classes because it is just like an easier time and it's basically the same stuff you're learning. Like
I'm jealous.
it is like I never took geometry and I never will have to take geometry, which I love. Like I
Yes,
I'm like I don't ever have to do a math class again, which is like my
dude.
favorite thing.
Geometry sucks dick. It's probably my, like least favorite math class. It's supposed to be like the easy one too, but it just like at least the teacher I had made it way harder than it needed to be.
I thought algebra was like the easy one and geometry was the hard one.
Like like at least what I've been told by people is that like the shapes make it a bit easier to like interpret, but not like fully. Like it's just like less math and more interpretation of perspective.
Okay.
I don't really know how to put it into words,
It's like
but
theoretical math. It's like, is 2 plus 2 4? It might be, or it might be 5. And they're like, A. Like,
hey,
A plus. But, yeah. Nah, yeah, school goofy, school goofy. We both had a bond in elementary school of just like hating everyone else at that school and the teachers
yeah.
within it and like do you have any stories you want to tell from that? Because like that could be a whole thing on its own. But do you have any significant one that you remember
Infinite.
occurring?
And I think you know the one that I'm thinking about. The wars.
Oh yeah, yeah, the cheese stick wars. I don't even know why it was called that. but
Like the
we called
cheese stick wars.
that's what it was called. That's what we called it.
I remember calling it the wars, but okay,
I
cheese
don't.
stick
I remember
wars.
cheese stick was a part of
What
it.
was it? Where did the cheese sticks come involved?
I don't remember. I was hoping you knew.
I,
I I don't know.
I got no clue.
Yeah.
Uh, nah, me and this man, 1BO, we used to start wars. We would get the entirety of like both of our classes,
The entire
other
grade
years
level.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
more
beyond.
than our grade level. We'd
Yeah.
reach beyond, and we would like recruit them all into a battlefield and just have them chase down and attack one another, which makes no sense because we couldn't even play fucking tag half the time because the school was like, "Oh, you can't touch each other."
Yeah.
But then as soon as you send an army of like 30 people chasing after me, tackling me, kicking me, like throwing me around, I had to hide in the bathroom, like kicking Luca in the dick. I'm getting over here getting picked up by my nipples. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
But no tag evil.
There were so many weird. I wonder if kids in elementary have to deal with that now. I feel like not because they're all just like iPhone kids, but like there was so much like every time there was like a fad, they'd be like, "No doing the fad." Like they'd be like, "No mechanical pencils." Do you remember when they banned that shit because like people were like they banned mechanical pencils because kids were like trading them or whatever and it was like quote unquote distracting. So they were like, "No,
it's
you
'cause
can
the clicking pissed off the teachers.
they
Like the clicking of the pencil.
It's so
Which
freaking
make like
stupid.
pens,
Yeah.
that's why pens were also banned.
Yeah, no,
There was no like clickable writing utensil.
I remember a lot of people brought that mechanical pencil though that looks like a normal pencil with like it has the yellow with the
Yeah,
with the
I
pink
had
tip.
that.
Yeah, I did
Only
too.
difference is it has the clip on the side.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
that's the one giveaway, but yeah, no that like shit like that. Probably like Pokemon cards got banned. I like that happened.
Dude, that sucked.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember I accidentally brought a like Lego man into school, and I got sent to the principal's office for it because somebody dropped it, and I had to claim it as mine. Like, what the hell,
Wait,
man? I
wait.
just had a Lego man in my bag.
Like you had a little minifigure and you got in trouble for having a Lego like a toy? Or
yeah, like we weren't allowed to bring our toys to school, and it was somebody. I actually think it was Logan S. Who like found it on the ground and then brought it to the teacher, and the teacher asked who it was, and I like loved that toy. It was like a Lego Ninjago like
oh hell
enemy
yeah.
figurine.
Yeah.
Hell
Was it
yeah.
was it the snake or like the skeleton
I-
one or do you
I
remember?
think so. It had like a weird, like sharp looking head with like 2 points on the end. I have like a distinct memory of the head shape, but not like actually what it was.
That might be like the main Garmadon or whatever the fuck his name is. I'm trying to remember the Ninjago lore. But yeah.
Wait, hold on. If I can find an image of this, I'll send it to you. But no, like what the hell, man? Like I got sent to the principal's office for like claiming my Lego Ninjago toy that Logan has like found on the ground.
Yeah. No, I was in there constantly in the office just getting reprimanded for whatever goofy little shit. And like probably half of it was like fair, but then half of it was me just being like half of it was just me being like a smart ass. But I mean, I was probably still right about some stuff, but because every teacher there was inept and stupid as hell. But yeah, and then yeah, I don't even remember what the stuff I did, but yeah, I remember being in there all the time.
Yeah, dude, and then being reprimanded by that one blonde asshole, that one blonde bitch,
That
fucking-
evil woman, yeah, that evil
Fuck
like
her, dude.
fuck that. I hate that woman. She's like who's like the principal that comes in like the fourth Harry Potter movie that like
Yes, the
She's-
one who like scrapes out his hand.
yeah, she's exactly like that, like pink
Yes.
like pink shit and all. Yeah, she was exactly like that woman.
Dude, she sucked. Also, the toy was like that, but white.
Damn, that's pretty
think.
rad.
I know, I
Is
love
that
that thing.
Ninjago, really?
That's Ninjago.
Damn, Ninjago's sick.
Dude, Legos. I should like go buy a Lego set again.
Dude, I want to. Every time I look at like the Lego website, it's like all the cool like adult ones are like $300 and shit. Like all the actual cool stuff is like so much money just for like something to sit on a shelf.
Yeah,
So it's like not worth it. But
it was
yeah,
like $300 for the fucking like Death Star. Like what the hell?
yeah, the most expensive one and like the first thing I bought on my own with like my money was this big like Lego movie Lego, and it was like this big ass pirate ship, and it's like I still have it. It's like the only Lego I have like like displayed because it's just like massive. It's like, and oh, it pissed me off so much. There was like literally one piece that was just like gone. Like the final piece I needed was just like voided from like I looked everywhere and it was not like on the floor in the bag or anything. Like there was just a piece just missing, and I was like, oh.
It's always the fucking worst.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember I got like the Ewok Village set, and I like lost a piece, and I ordered the exact piece that I was missing. It was like $10.
Dude, did you ever use that? Reminded me of the in like Pokemon and stuff. Did you ever use that website? I don't even remember what it was. It was like so like early Club Penguin day of internet, where it's just like this like goofy website of where you could buy like individual Pokemon cards, and I found that out that was even a thing, and I was just like, oh my,
oh yeah,
I can get anything. But yeah,
that's what I did with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna take a shot real quick.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, we talked about school. I did have Cheese Stick War on here. Should we give more intel on what that even was? Because we're just like talking lore that no one knows. Essentially, we had a debate of some kind. We were constantly fighting with one another. And and we both gathered an army of like, we had this Battle of Middle Earth level armies each of just like 1,000 kids.
Well, for some reason I had like 2 kids.
Yeah, you had like that's right. Yeah, you had like 5 and I had like 20, and like I had like our whole grade, and then you had like like 4 other people.
I remember looking from the lower field up to the upper field where you have like the play set.
I remember it so vividly. Like,
God, if you imagine like a million ants trying to eat an apple, that's what the play structure looked like. You had kids hanging off the sides of the slide, like hanging off the pole, like just everywhere.
I felt so cool. I was at the top of the slide, like just like posed up, just like welcome. Just like
you commanded them to charge. I just watched a wave of fucking kids come down the hill. Dude, Arya just chasing after me at Mach 2. Like,
oh my god, yeah, I had the berserkers on my head, just like that.
You knew who to ask.
Yeah, I knew who to ask. You got like the goofiest bunch too. I remember you had like the lamest little squad of like 4 people.
Anybody? I think I had like John's group, but
that's what I mean. Yeah.
They also said that they were on your side, and they just watched from the sidelines, and I just ran. It was like it was like a zombie apocalypse movie where you just watch like a fuck ton of people chasing after like one guy running.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. And then I had like I think it was like the last year, even like 6th grade. Do you remember like when everyone like threw the balls at me and I got in trouble? I got in trouble for like people throwing like balls at me. I was like, it'd be funny if like everyone just attacked me with like all the softballs and stuff, or not softball, that would hurt, but like volleyballs and like the like red like dodgeball balls, and then like everyone got like way too into it and like really violent and was just like throwing stones at some point. Like I was just being stoned like medieval times. That's how shit this school was. Is like they reprimand you for having a Lego figure, but then you're getting like medieval like tortured in like the local village like square, and they don't do anything about it. And then I got reprimanded. I get called into the office, and they're like, "Did you do this for attention?" I was like, I just wanted to play a game. I just wanted to play, and instead I got stoned.
Yeah, I have no memory of that, but that sounds about right.
It was like last year. It was like 6th grade. It was fucking awful.
Last year?
No, not last year. And like
the last year. Okay.
The last year. That was last year.
Wait, what?
No, and then oh my god, that was so funny when we went back. I don't think you did it, but when we went back senior year to like say bye to our teachers and stuff, none of them were still there because they were all like dead or something. But we still went, and all the kids were so funny. Like kids are like not kids anymore. They're like they have like our minds. They're like, man, Travis Scott, I bet his dick's small or something. Like all these kids were just like talking shit to one another, and they were like, we call this kid Drake. Like a kid ran up to me and said, we call this kid Drake, and I was like, it was like this little blonde kid. I was like, why do you call him Drake? And they're like, cause he's goofy as fuck. And he like ran away and just like started rolling on the ground. So it's like this weird mix of of just like kid like dumbness and then like just like teenage angst. It's so funny. But
As it should be.
as it should be. Yeah, no, I think it's really funny. I feel like I have a 3-year-old niece and just like that generation is just so screwed mentally like already. Like they're just so it's just over for them. What do you think about that? Cuz I mean you have a little sister, so like
She's pretty like collected. Like she's a very goody two shoot. She watches a lot of like those weird music videos with like weird anime characters dancing, but that's about it. Like she's on.
wait,
it.
like
She's
Coco
on
Melon or
back.
like anime wait.
No, it's
like
I don't even know.
anime?
I don't really even know what to call it. Like I've never seen something like it. It's just like weird like shapy looking anime characters dancing to music and like My Hero Academia, and that's about it.
I feel
Like
like your sister's before iPad kid though, right?
no, she's like past iPad kid up to computer kid. She's
Yeah.
in
Well, I mean
sixth
like
grade right now. She's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
old.
Okay. I thought she was older than that already. So yeah, never, she is kind of within that demographic of the iPad generation, I guess, but
Yeah, I think you're right.
yeah, but yeah, no, I think I just see the kids out like just I'll like be waiting on a table and it's just like the little goober in the corner with his big puffy iPad and just it's like the funniest looking thing and it's just like oh and it's like just such brain mush on the iPad too. It's like no good shows. There's like no like there's like Bluey or whatever and then like Paw Patrol and that's like it. That's like the only two like real shows left I feel like for little
It has
kids.
so much potential too. Like it could be like so much cool shit, but instead it's just like kid iPad.
No,
That's the only way I can
no,
really
yeah,
put
like
it
we had
forward.
like the coolest kid shows ever, and then yeah, now it's like AI generated like brain rot, just like color seizure like videos, like it's just like
I mean,
nothing.
I think our perspective is kind of like the way of things, though, because like you gotta, I don't know, you're always gonna look back at the past like it was worse than what was, or look at the current. I can't make words.
I know what you
Look at
meant,
yeah,
but like
yeah.
we had like at least like we had like shows with like characters and it wasn't just like a Barry like doing a spin on like like for like a 12-hour loop or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's just funny generation. We'll see how they turn out.
Dude, for real, I'm really curious to watch that unfold.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be okay. We did some dumb shit as kids too.
Yeah, we were like on the cusp of that. Oh dude, I could have been so bad. Like I could have been there is such a like an alternate timeline where I am just this like just this absolute loser. And I'm so glad it didn't go down that way.
Dude, for real, imagine if I never found drugs.
You'd still be playing like Magic the Gathering in the library and shit. Like, no, dude, that's what I mean. It's just like, oh, those like
Yu-Gi-Oh.
those key moments that just like changed everything.
Yeah.
I just remember like branching off from like John and that group, like in middle school. Because they were just like dicks to me, and I like went over to Will and stuff, and like Will and Jerry, and that was like the best decision of my life because I was like, God, I just escaped like the lamest group of people.
Yeah, dude, you guys became like the Three Musketeers. You guys are getting shit done.
We were doing our own little thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I have gum. I was just like fiddling with a gum wrapper, and I forgot there's like actually gum in it. I was like, what's in the middle? Anyways, I feel like we got to talk about this is one of your most infamous moments in the history of Boof. I feel like we got to talk about the Shroom trip.
Oh no.
I feel like
What?
I feel like many know the tale, so I want you to give your perspective on it because I feel like we hear it mostly from
This
like
is gonna be like
people.
a 15 to 20 minute dialogue.
That's okay. We got time. But yeah, no, I feel like we mostly hear it from like the outside, like a weird like news camera like point of view versus like your inner thought of like what was going on in that moment. So I'm curious what was going through your head.
I don't remember that. I was in outer space. I was full ego death. I was feeling nothing and everything.
Do you want to tell for future users what did you do wrong that enticed this catalyst event?
I took too many shrooms.
Without ever
I-
doing it before, right?
Yeah, well, I did like a point 4, point 5, probably even less, like a week like beforehand, just to see if I'd like have a bad association with it. And I didn't. It was fine. I barely even felt it. And then I took what the rest of what my plug gave me, but I bought from that plug for around like a year or two. And he always hooked it up when it came to bud, but for like a couple months before then, I was just buying carts, so he couldn't really hook it up. So I'm guessing that he gave me a bit more than expected. So I asked for an eighth. I took like point 0.4 beforehand. I'm guessing he gave me extra. So I'm expecting that whatever I took was like 5 grams. I still
So,
don't know to
how
this
much
day.
more did you do that than you should have done? Like, so you did
I
five. What did you
probably should
shoot?
have done a gram to a gram and a half.
All right, yeah, that's
That's like
pretty.
good starter dose.
That's a pretty high like jump up from your previous experience. But yeah, so you take it. You have a bad trip. You pee on the floor, right?
Well,
you
I tried to pee on the floor. I had a little trickle, and then Brendan stopped me. Thank
okay?
God for Brendan.
You ran into the
Um,
wall, right? Like
I
repetitively, I think.
I don't think so. I ran around my house repetitively as it was starting to hit me, and then I kind of started fading. And then Brendan texts the group chat and says that not ODing on shrooms, but just that I took too much and he needs somebody else here to help me, like help him out, like to handle me.
Yeah.
So a certain, I'm not gonna name him, a certain friend calls another friend, and the other friend is getting their haircut by their mom, and then the one who calls them yells that Ryder's ODing on shrooms. So the person who's getting their haircut's mom hears that haircut by their mom, hears that, and takes that as I need to call the cops right now and like save this guy. Fuck the person getting their haircut by their mom because they gave my name, address, and like all my information to the mom. Cops
uh,
show up at my house. Show up at my house. Brennan leaves. It turns into this whole thing because I'm like too out of my mind to process things, and I just kind of feel like I'm being abducted. So I start fighting. I end up throwing a table at my dad at some point. It's this whole thing. My mom's out of town. Long story short, I get resisting arrest, assault charges, and then in the police report it says 3 to 5 cops were needed to hold me down. And I wake up in
jeez.
the hospital like the beginning of Skyrim. It's
Good, you're
oh,
awake.
yeah, you're finally awake.
You're finally
No,
awake. Shroom boy.
Shroom boy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
they take me off of it with 80 milligrams of Valium. Uh, I wake up with all the skin on both of my shoulders torn off, both of my wrists fractured, and just cuts all over my body. And this is back when I had white hair, so imagine like a skinny. If you're listening, imagine a skinny little white-haired boy, but more like cum colored, like kind of like not fully white, kind of like off-white in like a gross way, but like super crazy, no shirt, and some like
You
like skinny
probably
jeans
you
on.
probably looked like a Borderlands character getting taken to the hospital unconscious. You got cuts all over your body. You got like white hair.
I was in the fetal position in the cop car.
Yeah. Just the thought of
Skinny
every.
little boy, like my
Oh my
spine
god.
just poking out, like fucking,
Yeah.
looking like a fucking xenomorph.
That's awesome. That's crazy. So you wake up in the hospital, and what's your first like? Are you like, oh, I fucked up, or are you just like
Oh no,
too in shock, or like out
I
of it, or
didn't. I was still in my weird dreamy state, and I was like, "What happened?" And that's the first thing I said to the. So I had to pay $2,000 to have a police officer guard me in the hospital because they didn't trust me.
uh huh.
Um, and I look up at him like, "What happened?" He says that I attacked his partner, and he refused to give me any more information.
Oh my
So I
god.
was just like, "What the fuck happened?" Because
So
I had
you don't
no
remember
memory.
any of it? That's crazy.
No, I still
That's
don't
so
remember.
scary.
The last thing I remember is looking at my door at some point and not really understanding what the human concept of a door was. And then as soon as that happened, I lost then after I looked at the door, I thought about myself,
Oh
and then I
no.
like wasn't able to realize like what a sense of self was. So then I just kind of lost myself entirely.
Yeah,
Um,
jeez.
and
What
that
is
was like
that?
that
It's
was
a
that
door.
yeah, that was the beginning. So it just went downhill from there until the cops got there, and then at that point I was gone. There was no more Ryder left.
Oh my god. So when did you get like the full story told to you? Like who told you like the whole layout of things.
Well, I mean, honestly, like me, like there's nothing that like I don't remember that I ever will
Oh, so
remember.
you
'Cause
remembered it all after waking up, or no?
no, like I remember getting up to the point where I don't remember anything, and the whole cop thing happened, and then I remember waking up.
Oh, okay.
So the only
I get
memories,
it.
I mean, honestly, even like up to that point, most of the memories I have were from Brendan, and then afterwards, a lot of the memories were what I immediately told my mom. But I don't remember like the whole blank space up when I was tweaking when the cops showed up. When I was fighting them, like I don't remember that. I just have the police report and then before and after. But I'm just kind of filling in the blanks based on that information.
Yeah. No, your experience has not like I've used it as a warning to like if I want to do shrooms, I gotta really be in a good mood. I gotta do it small. I gotta start small. I gotta have people around me that are I'm comfortable with. I got a good
Yeah,
environment. I know, because I was like I like right now I don't know. I'm not sad, but I'm not that happy either. So I'm like, I need to wait until like something really good like appears, and
I don't
then
think it's about that. Just make sure you're on the right people with a good trip sitter with a ton of experience. Like I don't mean to like toot my own horn, but like somebody kind of like me who's like been through the worst, so that way they know what it feels like.
yeah,
Um, at the time, like Brendan, he was not a bad trip sitter. He did everything that was expected of him, but if there was somebody that has been through a bit worse of an experience and has done it more than once at a small dose, then that's ideal, and they will solve everything. That's like that's the whole mentality that you need to have is this is somebody that I can trust my life with. Like
yeah,
I think that that's just kind of it. Like just have somebody who has experience that you can trust your life with, and that's you can just let go after that. And letting go is kind of the main thing that I didn't do, which caused me to have problems. So now I believe that if I feel comfortable enough to just let go, it'll always end up okay. That's the
yeah.
only advice I can really give.
See, like I feel like I don't do that good with like even like weed. Even like I get really like in my head with weed, and I get like really like paranoid, and I feel like really claustrophobic, like just like being. And then I kind of get sick of it. I'm like, okay, I want this to be done, and then it's done in like an hour. But like with shrooms, it's like more of a commitment. It's like way longer of an experience. So I don't want to be like an hour in, and then I'm like something's stressing me out, and then it's just like I'll know, like I know from just weed that like I won't be able to drop that thing in my head. I'll lock onto it, and that'll be like the whole experience is me trying to like fight that. You know what I mean? Is that
That's what I did, and that's what you gotta avoid. You just gotta like fully let go and be ready to let go. And I think it'll help you let go in like everyday life as well. Like any kind of psychedelic is a great thing to do to your head, in my opinion. It
yeah,
just
I've
gives you
heard it's like a good reset, but also like can also do the complete opposite if you have a really bad trip. Is just like tire you out even more.
yeah. I almost feel like the worse the kind of trip you have, the better for your head afterwards, because then you learn more things. But you gotta it could always go bad. Whether it's a good trip or a bad trip, you can fuck up your head.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
But
like turning your brain into Play-Doh. You gotta mold it the right way.
yeah, don't put it through that thing that makes it like spaghetti. That'll not be
Yeah.
fun.
So I was for a while.
I get this is a good transition. You're a big substance guy. Is it fair to say that you have one if not multiple addictions? Is that a fair statement to assume?
Yeah, you know that's a fair statement.
Okay, I don't want to be I don't want to be
Do you
mean.
do you have one addiction?
I've yeah, I just I
Weed, alcohol, marijuana. Oh, wait, weed, alcohol, tobacco. Those are my big three.
the big
I mean, like,
three.
I dabble in a lot of other things. I had an oxy addiction a while ago, but I have done most, if not everything.
Yeah, no, I just remember like even as a kid, I feel like you had a very addictive personality just with like games and just like things you were fascinated with, like it would just stick for a while and that's like all you do, and I feel like that definitely
Yeah,
carried over into substances. But like are
100%.
you are you working on like getting better at any of those habits, or are you just kind of content at where you are now? Like is there anything you're trying to better in that situation, or are you just kind of content?
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, the main thing for me is alcohol because I had a family member, no, for somebody that I consider a family member, close to family, um, kill themselves by drinking too much, and they were drinking about as much as I was, and I was wiping like a 1.75 liter a day of vodka, and I find that to be really unhealthy. So I've been trying to scale it back. I've been taking like I don't know, like 20 shots a day, which is still pretty
That's wild,
pretty
dude.
nuts.
I think the most I've done is like maybe 10, and that like destroyed me, and that was like my gulag experience.
Yeah,
But
but I'm working on my nicotine too. But I think the one thing that I am content holding on to is my addiction to weed, because I don't see that causing a crazy amount of harm. Like the most that'll do is cause more white matter to develop in my brain, and I can live with that. I just don't want to.
yeah, that's the least like deadly like cancer causing death like liver destroying one. So yeah, I if any of them, yeah, keep that one if any, I guess, if you
Yeah,
have to. But yeah, the other two I'd say maybe dial it back a bit.
100%. Yeah,
Definitely.
that's.
What would you
I'm doing
say is
better though.
worse? Because I don't really know much. The alcohol one or the nicotine? Like, what would you say is more like affecting you? You feel like?
Alcohol, like a million percent, like
Okay, yeah.
all the way. That can kill me now, and it can destroy my organs. My liver can stop working, like all the above. But nicotine, like the biggest risk is maybe getting cancer like 20 years down the line.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
also, like nicotine doesn't give you any kind of feeling or like anything really too positive. I think it's like a momentary thing. It's like a cigar for the podcast. Like that's what I've been smoking on a cigar.
Right now you are?
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, I just heard that it's like I don't know. I remember like in a movie they said it, and that's like the one thing I have to go off of with like nicotine and like cigarettes is like it kind of I forget what they say in the movie, but it's just like it's like a reset. Like it just kind of like puts you at ease for a moment. Like it makes you like your
No,
eye.
that's
Is
the
that
feeling of you have a fiend mentality and an addiction, and then you get a you momentarily release that because you finally have
yeah?
nicotine in your system.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
It
yeah,
puts you back to normal for a moment because you're fiending for it. That's about it.
yeah.
I mean, there's
Nah.
some like chemical things about how it affects like focus and shit, which people say is really good for you, but I don't think that's worth the.
I think that's probably and it's probably the same thing as like chewing gum while like doing a test type thing where it's like if you're doing something else then you can focus better on like you know what I mean like it's like a fidget toy but
Kind of, but
worse.
like a fidget toy, but like your brain needs the fidget toy.
Yeah, and
Like,
it's like killing you slowly. Yeah.
yeah.
No,
No, go smoke
definitely.
weed. You've tried nicotine, right?
No, I haven't.
Don't.
Yeah,
Just don't.
I'm not
You
because
know, like I will tell you to go do some ketamine. Like go try shrooms. Go do coke. Do all the above. But
I'm
do
not gonna
not.
do coke.
Just don't touch nicotine.
I have zero
Don't do it.
desire to do cocaine,
It's a
but
lot less than people say it is. But yeah,
I don't
don't
know.
do it.
It's just not enticing to me and not intriguing in any way. But shrooms, I'm curious.
Yeah, no, you should. Make sure you're around the right people.
Yeah, I'm
If
definitely
you
not
want me to
doing
be there
it
for you, if you
anytime
feel
soon.
comfortable, like doing shrooms, I'm happy to be there for you.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know who I'd want there. You'd probably be there, yeah, because you have the most experience with it. And but yeah, I don't know when that'll be. That could be like 4 years from now. But
Yeah.
whenever I'm at a peak in my life of happiness, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then I'll potentially just ruin it by doing it too. But we'll
Just do
see.
it. Do a lower dose. If you do a lower dose, then you're not gonna rewrite like your whole being. You'll be fine.
Yeah. But yeah, where do you see I guess this is a good segue. Where do you see your life like heading? Cuz right I feel like we're all at like just kind of like a standstill right now of just like going about the mundane. What are you striving towards if anything? What are you hoping to do like in the coming years to come?
This is a very mundane answer to that question, but I don't really know exactly what I want to do with my life. I would love to travel and either like try different foods or try different drugs, and like it'd be sweet to be one of those like YouTubers who like just review things from different places because I want to see a lot of things. But
Yeah, you know what I think you'd be a good one of is you'd be a good like no man. You'd be a good like living in a van, just traveling type guy. I think you'd thrive in that.
I think I'd be a good like Channel 5.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I love talking to just anybody I see on the street. I would love to just travel and talk to people and record it. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
But
just
like,
like the local kook, like the local like crazy like miner guy. You just talk to him for like an hour. Yeah.
yeah, no, the only thing I know for certain, like in my future, is I'm gonna be moving up to Montana at some point soon. Probably for like a year at most, maybe longer. But I wanna try out different places.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to do the same. I definitely don't want to have to live in California forever. We'll see if like my future career lets me do that. But yeah, I would like to definitely see other places, at least in the state. I mean, I haven't I've never even been. The only other state I've been to in America was Nevada, and but
Oh,
I've been
for
to
Vegas.
more. Yeah, to Vegas, but I've been to more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to more places like in Europe than I have my own country. So yeah, I want to explore like close to here more.
Yeah, no, I've been in a lot of different states. What I've learned is that California is kind of dick.
It's one thing and you get sick of it. Yeah.
It's not even getting sick of it. It just kind of sucks regardless. Like
I mean,
compared to
I do like the beach. I
oh,
like
100%.
the beach is like that's it. Kind of. That's like the beach and like that's yeah, that's like that's it. Everywhere else has everything that California has except like yeah, except the beach. And that's like what
Yeah.
people come here for cuz we're in like a tourist town, so it's like the people who come here are like they're yeah, they don't have like an ocean or anything where they live, so it's like crazy to them. But yeah, it's like once you've lived here for like 20 years almost, it's like whatever. Like I haven't like been to like I've been like near the beach, but I haven't like actually gone out of my way to like go to the beach and play like volleyball or whatever in like a good like 4 years.
Yeah, well, probably since Booth Sports, right? Played some
Yeah.
volleyball then. Were you there for that or
No,
no? Yeah, you
I
totally
went
you
with
were. You
yeah,
were.
I was there for that. I went with Lizzo a bit ago and we did a video for that, but that was like barely a beach. That was like we were like
Uh,
scouting out like a small one with no people, and so yeah, that didn't really count much,
nice.
but yeah, no, yeah, you definitely get sick of California. It's just more expensive than literally everywhere. Like our generation like cannot buy a house. Like that is just not happening.
Dude, especially in Cali. What the
No,
fuck?
that's yeah, exactly.
Gotta go to like Norway.
The
I don't know what's
shit,
up in Norway. Maybe
yeah.
they're fucked up too, but
No, like the shit you can get in like Oregon is like nuts. Like just like these mansion cabins. And it's like the trade-off
dude.
is like I guess you're kind of bored. That would be like the one thing is like I don't know like yeah, you don't have the ocean and you like maybe don't have like a big like city to or like town to explore. That seems like the trade-off between like if you went to California and then you like moved to like Oregon and just bought like a little house in the woods, which is like such a cool vibe to me, but also I feel like yeah, you would get very like isolated and lonely there.
Yeah, I feel like if you're like somewhat close to a city though, you can figure something out.
Yeah, Oregon has a city, right? Or is that
Or Oregon has a city? What kind of question is that?
like do they have like a not like just like a
Sure they
town?
do.
No,
How
I
they
know, but
did
like
it.
I meant a city in like a skyscraper city type deal. Like we don't have that. Like our closest is like
Maybe.
LA. I mean, like do they have like a little mini
Dude,
LA?
no, what are you talking? We got San Francisco, we got LA, we
No,
got
I
a
was
lot
just
of
using LA as
really
an
good shit in
example. I just
Cali.
mean, yeah. I'm saying, does
Yeah,
Oregon have like a yeah, like a San Francisco or a little mini LA of their own in some way?
I'm looking
But
it up.
I'm sure they do. You're right.
I'm sure they got. I mean, even if it's not like a big city, they'll have what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Also, that's right next to Washington. Like it'll
that's true.
and Idaho.
I feel like Washington
That's
would be
Idaho,
cool to
right?
live in.
Yeah, it's Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Portland.
Oh yeah. Okay. There we go.
There we
Doy.
go.
I don't know geography.
Well, I had to look it up. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we just the year just wrapped up. 2023 just wrapped up. I have two more questions for you. How was your 2023? And I'll say the other question for after. But yeah, how was your 2023? It's a new year, new Ryder.
It's been interesting.
Yeah.
Um, Whole lot of girlfriend issues. Whole
Uh-huh.
lot of other issues, like weird fights. A
Yeah.
whole lot of weird, like scuffed wannabe gangster people who are just like being some fucking dickheads. Got my jaw shattered.
I was
Like
gonna
straight up
say, do you want to
beat my.
tell that story or?
I mean, I don't really want to tell the whole story, but
Okay.
I ended up with my some dude was into my girlfriend, and I ended up with my jaw connected to my face by a millimeter of bone, and then the other side fully fractured like a spider web. Which was I sat on it for 2 weeks. It was dumb choice. I should have defended myself, but I just didn't want to. I don't want to. I don't know. I had no desire to fight this individual, and it ended up poorly. I should have fought back.
Yeah. Are you a very
Um,
confrontational person? Are you very like I'm very I'm like never actually mad at anyone for like anything. Like you have to do something really like fucked up
yeah,
to
like
get
I'll
me
give people
actually
shit,
mad.
but like fuck, dude. Like the other day, like my friend, my friend was hanging out in an apartment, or not an apartment. It's like a trailer home kind of deal. And then in the side room, him and his girlfriend were like just kind of like kissing, not even like fully making out. They just like kissed a couple times. And then the person who owned the place's girlfriend like saw it, and she wasn't even like mad about it. She just made a joke to her boyfriend, the owner of the place, that like, oh, they're fucking in the other room. Like, they're fully kidding.
Yeah.
Homeboy fucking walks in the room while both girls are outside, locks the door, is being super weird. He's like, "Hey man, like why are you being so weird?" Walks up with his arms out like, "Hey, like let me give you a hug, dude. Like you don't seem too good right now." Homeboy grabs him by the fucking like the hem of his jacket, lifts him up, grabs him by the throat and throws him across the room on a saw table.
Jesus.
Picks
Oh.
up two pipes and then says he's going to beat his head in with the pipes and starts walking at him. He like freaks out, grabs his phone, holds down the emergency button. It's like, hey, like this guy's coming out. Like, if you don't step away from me right now, like I'm gonna have the cops come here with the cops on the phone. It was this whole thing, like two cop cars involved. I wasn't even there for it, but that's a good example of the kind of shit that's just been happening constantly around me or to me.
Yeah.
So it's been a shitty 2023, but a very learning 2023.
I feel
I've
like
learned how to.
mine, yeah, mine's been definitely not that bad, but mine's been like, I don't know, it kind of just went by. I was just kind of busy and I didn't really do anything that I wanted to
Yeah.
do in a way. Like, I didn't really, like, experience anything new, I guess. It was just kind of, yeah, it just kind of happened. Just like watching the months tick by, essentially. But also, like, the amount of like I was looking back at like videos and stuff from like a bit ago, and like the amount of shit that happens in a year. I mean, yeah, it's a year, it's long, but like just some of the stuff, it's like I don't talk to like some of the people like at all that I like started the year with, or just like yeah, it's just like completely different landscape sometimes. But yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's interesting. I'm just like, man, what is 2024 gonna look like? 2024, it could be like because every year I'm like, this is gonna be different, and then it like never is. But like, I feel like 2024 will be different no matter what. It could like just out of my control different because I am like the plan is I am moving away. I am going to university, so like
Oh,
it's
where are you going?
UC Santa Barbara hopefully.
Oh, okay. So you're not like moving away
No,
away.
no, no. I'm only like an hour
Okay.
away. But yeah, it's like so it'll definitely be like different no matter what, which I'm looking forward to, but also I'm like partially like but yeah, hopefully it'll be good. But yeah, no, 2023 was kind of bleh. 2024 is so far kind of bland, but I think like the latter half is going to be hopefully different, hopefully good.
That's good. No, I feel the same way about 2024 as well. I think like new year, new situations, and I'm kind of tired of all the shit that I've been around lately. So I'm looking forward to having a new year to have some new opportunities with.
Yeah, yeah.
I
What do
think I
you
think it'll be positive. Sorry, what's up?
Oh, do you got any big thing you're trying to do in 2024 or little thing, just anything you're trying to
I'm
make
just going
happen?
to Montana.
Okay.
So I'll see what
When's
happens with
that
that.
happening?
Probably. Oh fuck, I forget. Here, I have to like look through some texts and shit. But probably in like 4 months or so.
Oh shit. Okay.
It could be more or less. I don't know exactly. It's some. I think it's either August or January.
Damn,
It's,
January. We just did January. Or we're in January right now. Not August no, February's next month. September.
The only thing I can really kind of guarantee is like around 4 months.
Okay, damn. Are you gonna be here for the Wumbio's end?
Oh no, when's that?
That's last video is I'm planning it to be August. So, dude, that'd be so sad if you weren't here. I got a big thing planned.
I should be here.
You should? Okay.
Yeah. I think it's more than 4 months. I'm looking through like yeah, I should be here.
Okay, cool. But yeah, nah. Are you, dude, I've had this channel for like 6 years. You've been a part of it the whole time. It's wrapping up soon.
Oh yeah, dude. That's kind of. I feel like you're gonna come back to it though. I feel like this is one of those things where you're gonna like. I don't really know how to put it into words. I think you're gonna make something out of this at some point.
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling done with it. I like doing it, but I'm just like I don't see like the time I would like any available time in like a year from now where I'd have just the time and effort and energy to do what I'm doing now. I would have liked to have like one more year where it was just none of the movies and it was just like videos, but because I have like I had like a big list of things I wanted to do for videos and I'm probably only get to like a quarter of them, but yeah, so that would have been nice, but yeah, like one more year with it would have been kind of fun, but after that I think I'm okay with retiring it.
Yeah.
Okay, my last question for you. I feel like you know a lot about, or you have a lot of theories about like the future of humanity and like where it's heading. Like just like we're going broad here. Like where do you think society, like where do you think planet Earth as a whole is gonna be in like 30 to 40 years or something?
I don't know. Probably dead.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's say they're not dead. Let's say, I don't know, it just doesn't happen. We're just like trucking through. What do you think the state of the world's gonna be?
I mean, AI is probably gonna be doing like pretty much what everybody else would do. I think we're just gonna be chilling. If we're still alive, we're gonna be big vibing, man. Like our quality of life will be pretty high.
I think we're definitely in like the last like 100 years of Earth. I don't think like I cannot like imagine like there's just so much shit in like the span of like 20 years that we've been alive. I'm just like, how could like there be more? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I
there's
think unless
just
a miracle happens, there ain't gonna be no more pretty soon. But I feel like the stronger we get as humanity, the higher risk there is for like fucking China, Russia, or America to drop one too many nukes and then start something off that will wipe us all out.
yeah, I definitely
I
think
we're pretty close.
yeah, but I mean like if you even look at like I don't know, even like 100 years ago, that probably felt like the end of the world. Any world war probably felt like
What if
the
they
end of
have,
the world. But also
what if
it's
they have
like
100 years ago that would remove the entirety of like the human race with like a single press of a button though? It's getting like closer and closer.
yeah, it's like definitely the technology aspect of what we have now that's like could make or break just everything.
Like, okay, hypothetically, 100 years ago, you could end the world like in any way caused by humans. Like, how would they do that?
Are you saying what would I do, or what do you think the
No,
world
like
would do?
what do you think they would have done, like to cause that?
Like, are you saying you give them a bomb? What do you think they do with the bomb? What do you mean?
No, like with the resources they had 100 years ago.
Oh,
Could
how
they
would they end the world?
possibly-
No, they like
Yeah,
couldn't. That's why I'm like, I don't think
yeah,
they
no.
could. It's just too small of like, yeah, every gun's made of wood. It's like, what are you gonna fucking do? Yeah,
The wood
fire's like two shots. It's like you can't. Yeah, I think that. Do we even go there? What do you think about guns?
I like guns,
Do you
but
think?
also I see why they're kind of bad. But also, there's more shootings fucking that I've seen personally here than what like the energy in Montana is. Because in Montana, if you try to shoot someone, there's like 5 people with their guns to your head. They're ready to go.
Yeah, no, I
Like
think it's
raise-
the mix of people having guns here and then not having guns is what like is killing more people, definitely. But I think it's also like I feel like I don't know, they need to tone it back on like the arsenal that you're allowed to have, because like I was saying, like when everyone's like, I got my rights, it's like I read the amendment or whatever, it's like, yeah, but every gun when they wrote the amendment was like, yeah, like made of wood and had like 2 bullets in it.
I
And now
guess,
it's like you can just buy a machine gun and mow down like a crowd of people. It's like it's very
you can't buy a
different.
fully automatic weapon in like pretty much any state without like some heavy licensing.
That's what I mean. Like that's just I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more restraint on it. I think it's fine if you want like a pistol to protect yourself because yeah, people are gonna have like
I think it's like 96% of all mass shootings are done with pistols though. Nobody grabs a machine gun and does a mass shooting. It's some like deranged motherfucker who just grabs a pistol and shoots everyone.
yeah, but I feel like I don't know like the bigger ones that you hear about. Like I'm pretty sure those like all those concert ones are like those are mainly done with like machine guns and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know.
You can buy a machine gun.
Like just like an AK, like because you can just buy that. You know what I mean?
You can buy an AK if it's semi-automatic, but it's the same as any other like semi-automatic weapon.
Oh, you can't buy it. Like I don't know. I don't know my
Right,
guns. I don't know like what I'm really talking about here. But
buy any auto. Yeah, sorry. Gun debate.
gun debate. We're in
Gun debate on Romeo Studios.
Joe Rogan time.
Yes.
No, I didn't. No, I'm not trying to get controversial. I'm just curious. I'm just like, yeah, it's funny how like I get both ends where it's like, yeah, you do want a gun so you can protect yourself, but also you don't need to protect yourself with a gun if everyone else also just has a pistol. And it's like the argument I hear all the time is like, well, people will just illegally have like a machine gun or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but that's better than like, cause like pretty much all of school shootings are not like the kid, or it's not like an old man going back to his high school. Yeah, it's all done by the students, and it's like their dad has an AK for like shoot and duck, and it's like you don't need that. It's like you just don't need that for anything.
Yeah. No, I'm not the type that's like, oh, like the UK should legalize guns. Like, no, like I think in America, like the infrastructure is already here. They're already in circulation. Like, we're not gonna get rid of all of them. Like,
yeah, no,
I
it's
think
like it's impossible to undo it now. But I also feel like there's definitely like a point where it's like, okay, you just gotta stop, and then it'll eventually wean out. You know, it's never gonna. It's like, yeah, everyone has a phone right now, but if you just stopped making phones or stopped allowing people to have phones, they would eventually just like not work, and just like it would just end. Like no one would just do it. You know what I mean? Like.
I mean, dude, guns are made to last, though. Phones are intentionally designed.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just using it as an example. As like everyone has that, but if you just stopped making it, not even like I'm not saying stop making guns because that's not gonna happen either. But like yeah, if you just stopped like distributing them as easily as possible, it's definitely without a doubt gonna wean down the amount of like school shootings and stuff. And it's like I think that the like weaning down that is definitely worth compared to like, well then I can't shoot the bison in my backyard. And it's like
I feel like okay, so the AK-47 was invented in 1945. I think most not most of them, that's fucking ridiculous, but I'm sure a lot of them are still fully functional. That shit's meant to like fucking tossed in a lake, ran through the mud, fucking tossed in the dryer, like put through the washer dryer material that you fear
what's in this pocket? Oh, a gun. I forgot to take it out.
Yeah,
washing
dude,
your clothes.
Still work. Yeah. Like that shit is it is functional. Like it will get the job done. And I also feel like a lot of the kids doing shootings are fucking people grabbing their grandpa's like fucking 1911 and coming up to the school. Like they ain't grabbing it themselves every time.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
I think people will figure it out no matter what, because there's just so many of them just here.
Yeah, but I feel like it's also there's definitely a percentage. Like it would without a doubt if you just said like you.
No, I think you're right.
If you if you just said okay, you're 16, you can't buy a gun, then there's like a good like I don't know like 0.5 less. Like shootings probably like it's definitely not solving the problem entirely, but it's like it's definitely gonna wean it down. But
yeah,
who are we to know?
Yeah, I don't claim to know any. I'm a dumbass.
Me neither. I don't know shit about shit. Yeah,
I'm just saying shit I've heard.
But. Yeah, same. Exactly. Well, okay, we got a little Rogan-y there. Anything you want to end on? We've talked for about it. Joe Rogan, the frogs. Yeah. Yeah. Anything you want to? Any last?
That's Alex Jones.
Is that Alex Jones? They blend together in my.
Frogs game.
Yeah, they blend together in my head. Have they ever fought? I feel like they should fight.
What?
Like, have they ever physically like boxed or anything with each other?
Like low key friends.
Are they? Well, I don't know. They still could. I feel like that'd be a great
That sounds
duel.
really funny.
Yeah, right.
Well, Joe Rogan would kick his ass. Look at an MMA guy.
It's two bald meatballs like throwing hands at each other. It'd be like that. Remember that game where you have to move the limbs individually to make it like punch and kick? Do you remember that game?
Oh, Taribosh?
Yeah, Taribosh.
Taribosh, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, whatever the hell. Yeah, it'd be like that. They'd just be like, like just like big titans swinging their fat arms around.
Gang beasts.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be like gang beasts. Exactly. God, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
But yeah, anything you want to end on? Anything we should bring up before we end this here? Anything you want to say?
I think we should just start screaming "frogs gay" and then end it while we're screaming.
Okay. You want to start us
ready?
off? Yeah.
Frogs gay!
Frogs gay! Frogs gay! Frogs gay! Bye!